So welcome back. Here's the 2020 RPS Magician 250 dual sport. It's got the same 229cc motor in it as the RPS Hawk, but there are some differences here, some better, some worse, some don't really matter. It's got the same exhaust and muffler system, same carburetor, all that's all the same. Frame shaped a little different, as you can tell. Okay, the front here doesn't have any kind of anything. It's just the light and the frame to hold it all on. Kind of looks like an old school Honda or something. Actually seen a Honda the other day, looked just like it. And the shifter linkage, I should say the shifter, has a linkage right here. This is all kind of set forward more, or whatever on the Hawk. On this bike, it's set to the rear more. This is a little bit shorter distance between here and here. The Hawk shifter comes out from here and sticks out. As you see right there, it's kind of set up a little different. See, the peg back here instead of being the peg here, and my shifter up here. So it's a little different, more sport bike. The rear pegs, they're interesting. It almost feels like you ain't got nothing under your feet when you're standing on them. I rode on the back of it to see. And on this side of the rear pegs and everything, you have to be careful because your leg runs right across this exhaust. So I don't like that. Whereas in the Hawk, it didn't quite touch the exhaust or anything like that. It comes with a rear frame, or rear rack, I mean. The Hawk, I had to put one on here. The seat is a little bit better. It's more of a old school Honda seat or a dirt bike kind of seat, whereas in my seat on the Hawk goes like that and has its dip to it. The plastics on this one are straight up on the tank. Like, these leave something to be desired when taking them on and off. To get to the carburetor, you have to actually pull the fuel tank off and everything, which is not hard. There's a bolt here or a screw here. Then under the seat, there's a couple right here and here. Seat comes off. There's two bolts that go up under that hold it on. Then the seat comes loose, and then you can pull the tank off, get to the carburetor. So that kind of, I didn't like that as much. I do like the fact it comes with a gear indicator. Your fuel gauge though just tells you when you're low on fuel. It does not tell you how much fuel you have. Your blinker does not tell you which direction you're blinking, just that you're blinking. Okay, the tach looks, or the speedometer, looks pretty cool. It seems to be just a hair off, but nothing major. Just like all these bikes, it's a little off. The round mirrors are pretty nice. I do like those. The switches here, same as the Hawk, but they're a little more colored, a little more modern. But, you know, the kill switch is a little different. You have to put the kill switch over what you want it to be. So right now it's on run. Right now it's on off. So just in case you were wondering. Then that's your starter button. You have your telling your headlights are on and your high beams. Whereas then on the Hawk, you have yours on the cluster. And when you come down here, you had your kickstand kill switch. This piece that's right here, I got it zip tied up here because, well, it was driving me nuts because you have to have the kickstand up to be able to start the bike with this. It mounted right here, and then this piece would push it when your kickstand was down, would push the button, and that'd keep your bike from starting. So you'd have to put the kickstand up to actually drop it to get it to start. I didn't like that, so we moved it up here and attached it just so that we could keep it and keep the bike more original. The 50/50 tires do slide in the dirt a lot easier, but it's kind of fun. It really rips. Whereas in the knobbies over there on the Hawk, grab a lot better in the dirt. But on the street, you can lean this Magician a lot more than you can the Hawk without it feeling like it's going to slide. Okay, there is a neutral safety switch. You have to have it neutral to start it. And I'm going to take this off, make a video, disconnect the neutral safety switch. That way you can start it in any gear as long as you depress the clutch. Let's see what else is there. I do like the tensioners for the chain. These are a lot easier than the Hawk, which are those where you just screw the little nut and it pulls it back. So I do like the tensioners. It comes with a rear 45 and a front 15 sprocket. The Hawk came with a 1750. This little bike does have a lot more acceleration. When you're on the road, it does feel a lot more like a street bike kind of thing. Like you barely move it, it moves a lot. And the Hawk feels a lot more dirt bike. But as you see, comparing them together, they do look that way. A lot more Honda street bike, old school. A lot more dirt bike, old school, new school, whatever. All in all, it's worth it. Fun little bike, and I'd recommend it. It's only $1,200, just a little over $1,200 shipped. My girlfriend's 5 foot, and she can stand on there with no problem and touch the ground with the balls of her feet. But it's a good little bike. Just hit that subscribe button and bell notification.